Hello, can you guys hear me okay? Hi, Leah. Hello, can you guys hear me okay? That's a yes. Okay. Hey, guys. Oh, I'm excited to be here today. Oh, thank you, Dixie Belle. They love my hair wrap. This is called I'm Not Doing My Hair Today. Hi, Ton. Hi, Amy. Hi, Vicky. Hi, everybody. I see that I already have viewers, so you guys are prompt today. Excellent. When you jump on, let us know where you're tuning in from. I'll introduce myself. We are here on both the Dixie Belle page and my personal page, my business page, Lotus Theory Designs. I'm the owner and artist. I am Bianca, and I am a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint Company. And today I'm going to be working on a set of nightstands. So they were an old vanity, actually, and I'll show you why I separated them. Hello, Kimberly. We have Diane. Yeah, Leah, wait till you see what they were before. Yeah, Brittany, exactly, right? Allison from England. Hello, Christine. Tiffany from Detroit. You guys are from all over. Hi, Amy. Okay, so let me give you my presentation. Whoa, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Hi, Pamela. Anyway, let me present to you how I got to this point, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so this is where I started. Okay, so it was a vanity. Wasn't it beautiful? Unfortunately, that middle drawer was missing, and I looked into getting it fixed, but the curvature of the nightstands, and it was just too complicated. So my thought was, let's separate them. So that's what it looked like on the side when it was separated. There was some repair work, some patchwork. There's a piece of wood where that inlay was, and all that veneer was coming up. And then, I had it, okay, let me just tell you, I had it pretty flush and pretty smooth, but I decided, why not put some paintable wallpaper over the sides? So you can kind of see that here, as well as in the picture. Okay, so from there, I went ahead and added 2 coats of Boss, okay? So Boss is Dixie Belle's problem solver for wood bleed stains. And I did 2 coats of this to make sure that I'm not going to have any bleeding coming through, especially because I did so much sanding. I disturbed the original finish, and I just didn't want to go through all this work just to have, paint bleed or wood bleed. So about 2 weeks ago, I did a mirror, and I did this using Dixie Belle's French linen. Okay. I did chocolate, and I also used the new Gemstone Mousse, okay? And I'll show you the mirror. So when I did it, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be such a beautiful finish on the nightstands that I have. I was just kind of waiting for the nightstands to give me their idea as far as how they wanted to look, and I just fell in love. I fell in love with the, elegance of that color combination. So I'm going to be doing that to those today. So after I put on the Boss, I did put on a couple of coats of the French linen. I also just highlighted or low-lighted the filigree, the trim, the accents, the details using Dixie Belle's chocolate. I did this with my sprayer, but you can do this with a brush, no problem. So with that said, you got my whole introduction. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try to paint as well as keep an eye on the comments. I'll try to do both. Sometimes I miss you guys. I apologize in advance, but let me know. And I'm also going to do this because people ask repeatedly what the colors are. So I figured it would be there and you guys would know. Okay, let me get down on the floor. My favorite place to be, not. And let me just move. Let me try to move this camera. Okay. I'm going to bring you in closer. Wires everywhere. Wires everywhere. Okay. And then let me just get my paints. A couple of brushes. We'll make a decision on which ones we're going to use in a sec. And of course, my mousse, you guys, this stuff is amazing. It won't be available until the fall, but I'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to that step. So I think for the sake of time, I'm going to try to go ahead and work on the front more so than the sides today. Hopefully, can you guys see that okay? Let me know. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, Dixie Belle says I'm high tech. Okay, again, as I go, you guys, if you have questions, let me know. Let me just get my life right here. Grabbing water. Don't know if I'll need it. I also always have a wet, clean shop rag ready to go. Okay. So I already got all of this done. I did this a couple of days ago, but normally I would do it probably overnight and then come back to it. I like to let my coats in between have a nice time to, or cure time, dry time, whatever. I like to give them time in between so that when I'm doing any kind of blending, it doesn't disturb the undercoat. So I'm opening up my French linen, okay? This is a gray shade, more on the taupey side. I think it has a very, very subtle hint of purple, and I think that's why I like it, because purple's my jam. And I just randomly grabbed a brush. So what do I have here? I have the mini, okay? And I'm just gonna put a little bit of paint onto my brush here. And if you guys have watched me before, I always keep plates ready just to kind of wipe the excess off, okay? And this is really easy. This technique is kind of like glazing, but cheating, okay? So I'm just gonna lightly feather over. Again, I don't have too much paint on my brush. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I'm just lightly feathering so that I can still hold on to some of the chocolate that's in there without losing all of it. I'm gonna do the same thing here, okay? Now, I can also use water. So sometimes I use water to make the paint a little bit more pliable. See how that filled it in a little bit better there? And also water's cool because you can spray the brush and it reactivates the paint that's already on the brush. Good paint saver if you're a frugal person. So do you see how easy that is? I'm telling you, it's like glazing, but cheating. So instead of, putting it on, wiping it off, easy way to kind of faux glaze, I guess. And again, a little bit of water because I want my paint to be spread out a little bit better. A little bit more on my brush. Okay. Again, I'm just tapping off the excess. There we go. So what do you guys think so far? No, Janice wants to know. Is that would you bed? No, these actually came this way. So that was the before, okay? So it was a vanity, but the middle drawer was missing. And yeah, I ended up with nightstands. Thank you, Amy. Hi, Stevie. Oh, Jamie, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, let me keep going. Super easy technique. Okay, I'm just lightly dusting over. Again, not applying a whole lot of pressure. My goal is to allow some of the chocolate to peek through, kind of like an aged look, but yet have the color mostly be the French linen. Let me bring this down a little bit, start working on that bottom section there. Again, I'm just getting my brush wet to reactivate the existing paint. And again, I'm not applying a lot of pressure. My hand is pretty light as far as the amount of pressure that I'm putting on it. I don't want to get inside of the grooves. I really just want to bring the French linen back out. Okay, a little bit more paint. And notice this is going by pretty quick. Just got my canvas a little bit wet. Again, minimal pressure. I'm switching between a horizontal motion with my brush, horizontal strokes, as well as vertical. So that technique is giving me some benefits. It's knocking away the brush strokes and also allowing me to get the coverage around some of these finer details. Okay. We'll do just a little bit more here. And I know that I'm gonna, hopefully it's dry enough. Oh, I love how this paint dries quick enough. I'm gonna do another layer here, okay? Because I'm not digging the up and down strokes. A little bit of water, spread that paint around. Trying to knock away there we go, that's better. Trying to just knock away those up and down strokes. There we go. So how easy was that, right? I'm just gonna push it away and take a look. Make sure I didn't miss a spot. Let me just hit that really quick. Thank you, Diane. Diane likes the colors. Yes, Marie, I did. I repaired the sides after removing the centerpiece. I sure did. You missed it earlier. I did show it, but that's what it looked like after repair. So I ended up putting a piece of wood inside of that I guess, joint area, and then filling the rest and then sanding it all down pretty flush. I came pretty close to flush. Thanks, Diane. Oh, Tracy, hello. Thank you so much. Tammy, I just answered that. I hope that helps. Hi, Pam. Thank you, Connie. Connie likes it. Look, you guys, French linen is one of my favorite on the grays. Thank you, April. Love French linen. It's so versatile. Okay, so I'm just going to pretty much do, I guess, this section here. Probably take you down to the leg, and then I want to move on to the mousse. So notice how I filled. There we go. I filled these recessed parts with chocolate. I also went over this filigree here, and I did the same on the legs, okay? A little bit of French linen on my brush. Just kind of doing a light motion over the protruding parts because I'm not wanting to get inside, okay? And I'm just gonna do this until it's how I like it. Really quick technique for those of you who missed it earlier. I'm doing a, I guess, fake glazing technique. Okay, let me move this camera up so you can see me going up there. Get the brush wet, reactivate the existing paint. Same thing here. Just kind of lightly dusting over. Can't really see that side, so hopefully it looks good. Gonna have to turn it a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to carry down the leg, and then we'll jump over to the mousse, the exciting part. A little bit more paint on my brush. Okay, same thing. This is literally like paint slapping. It's kind of fun. If you have some issues you need to take out on something, use this technique. Okay. Again, just keeping my brush wet so that my paint glides. Let's do a little bit more here. I know you guys probably can't see me at this angle, but it is what it is. And I'm using French linen and chocolate. These two colors really complement one another. Okay, so I can already tell I need to do a small coat here. Just gonna go over that really quick. Yep, that's better. Okay, so you guys pretty much get the point. Pretty easy way to use. I told you guys last week during my live that I would do something easier today. I think this is an easy technique. It was pretty effortless. Straight coat of French linen. I did 2 coats. And then I just put some of the chocolate in the details here. And now I'm just doing this over it to blend it in, but also to give me some aged looks. Okay, moving on. Where'd my mousse go? Have you guys seen my mousse? Oh, there it is. Okay. So now this is where it gets fun. Thank you, Tammy. Thanks, Naomi. Dixie Belle asks, what projects is everybody working on? Tell me, I want to know too. Talk to me. Okay. So I have the trial small sample of Dixie Belle's new Gemstone Mousse, okay? That mirror that I showed you earlier, this one here, I did a whole blog on it. So if you want to see more on the Dixie Belle Gemstone Mousse, which will be available in the fall, check out my website. That's www.lotustheorydesigns.com. There's a blog on it, and I also go through a little bit of information on what the mousse is, as well as how I did it or used it on this mirror, okay? But I'm also going to show you here, okay? So it's water-based. The way that I describe it is it's like whipped paint. It's not gilding wax, okay? So it's not wax, but it is water-based, I guess, whipped paint. And I don't have a stir thing around, unfortunately. Oh, well, I do have a little paintbrush. Let me kind of show you a little bit of it here. So, I mean, honestly, I kind of want to eat it. Just saying. Okay. You can use a paintbrush to apply it. You can use a finger. I'm going to use a finger, okay? I love to finger paint. So I'm just putting a little bit on my finger. I'm going to use my wrist here to dab away some of the excess. Make sure that I can see your comments. Hold on, guys. Oh, I know, Angie can't wait to get her mitts on it, she said. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so cool. Okay, so I got a little bit on my finger, and I'm just gonna go over the details using my finger. A little bit goes a long way, okay? Get rid of some extra. There we go. And I'm applying light pressure. Yep, make sure you guys can see it. Light pressure. I'm not pressing hard because I don't want the gold to go into the details. You know those details that we fought so hard to keep in that darker chocolate? I don't want to disturb that. So I'm just applying a light amount of pressure using my finger. Okay. And this stuff is seriously pigmented, you guys. So a little bit goes a long way. When Dixie Belle was asked about the production of this, they said that it was a happy accident. And I got to tell you, you guys, you're going to be so happy about this accident because it's really, really great stuff. Now, what I like about it is that it is water-based. So if I made a mess right now, here, look, ready? Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just did that. Okay, where's my rag? I can just wipe it back. Whereas with gilding wax, if you don't get to it right away, you're pretty much busting out the mineral spirits to remove your mistakes. So I do like that about the mousse. Water-based makes it easy cleanup. You can also add water to it. So say that I were actually like painting something in it, I could add water to it the same way I did the paint to, I guess, stretch it out a bit. For me, I like that because it's not wax, I can apply it to my finish and then top coat, because they say wax should always come last, right? I'm sure you guys have heard that. Wax comes last. So I like that I can just put my top coat right over all of this, because I'm a top coat girl. Some people are wax people. I'm a top coat girl. So for me, this product is fantastic. Okay, and I'm just kind of working my way all around. And see, look at my hand. Isn't that a hot mess? That's going to wash away so easily. Whereas the wax, I found, you know, I'd have to kind of scrub at it a little bit. So let's see, what else can I tell you about it? I mean, it is so pigmented that, like I said earlier, a little bit is going a long way. So what do you guys think? I mean, that really just brought that centerpiece to life, right? It reminds me of, I don't know, like some gold leaf, but without the actual like foil sheets. Do the same thing along the trim. Just take my finger, go across. I kind of colored outside of the line right there, no big deal. I'll just wipe it away in a sec. Now, I can't remember what colors this mousse is going to be available in, but I can tell you that right now I also have the turquoise. I haven't tried the turquoise yet, but it's a really pretty blue. And I think Dixie Belle told us what colors will be available, but I honestly can't remember. I feel like that's something you guys should ask Cece or Dixie Belle. Dixie Belle, you're there. But I know Cece just did, she just did, I think, a live or something on these mousse samples along with other colors, which I thought was quite brilliant of her. Okay, again, brought it to life, right? So I got it all over my finger. Let me just wipe it off. Look at that, clean, okay? So I went outside of the line there. Just gonna take my rag and just wipe it back. Or because it's water-based, I could just go over it. I mean, it's gone, but I could go over it in the paint and it's not going to be a problem. Okay. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's really easy to work with, which I like. Oh, thank you, Joe. Do you guys have questions? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get caught up on the comments here. Oh, yep. See, I thought that might be a question. Angie, how many mousse colors are coming in and what colors? Dixie Belle, go ahead and answer that because I cannot remember the colors. You guys, half the time I can't even remember what I ate for lunch. But I do have gold and I have turquoise here. Oh, hi, Daphne. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that you guys pretty much get the point. I'm going to continue to do the mousse technique all throughout. Same thing over here. If you missed it earlier, I can show you for those of you who already saw everything. Sorry, I'm about to repeat myself. But if you're just jumping on, I put a layer of, and this is paintable wallpaper. I didn't even tell you guys about that. It's just paintable wallpaper that I slapped on there and put French linen over. I haven't made a design choice yet on the side as far as how I'm going to, if I'm even going to highlight this damask design here. I'll make that decision at a later time for the sake of what we're doing today. I just wanted to show you how I am making an aged look using a base of French linen with chocolate over the details, okay? And I'm doing this by a little bit of paint on my brush, and I'm just feathering over the details, okay? And I'm just going to keep doing that until it is where I want it. kind of got a little bit of French linen in there. I'm not even worried about it. To me, the more imperfections, the better. But I'm not OCD. I once was. I think I've cured myself. Art cured me of OCD. Like I was that person that had all my canned goods were front facing, like with like. Notice I didn't use a lot of paint. Okay. And notice how those details are still accented with the chocolate. So if you missed it earlier, I pretty much said we were faux glazing. I think I used the word cheating. Bring this camera down. Yes. Christine, can you put top coat on wallpaper? Yes. Which is exactly what I'm going to end up doing here. Thanks for joining us, Angie. Enjoy your day. Okay, so I'm just feathering over these details just to give it a little bit of an aged look. I didn't want a whole lot of chocolate popping through, just a little bit. I'm wetting my brush to reactivate the existing paint. And might need to get more paint. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that looks better. Okay. Looks pretty good. And then I was just highlighting the details using Dixie Belle's mousse. So I have a couple minutes. I will just do, maybe I'll just do that top drawer. So a little bit of the mousse. Okay, this is a new product by Dixie Belle. Like I said, I'm describing it as whipped paint. Put a little bit on my finger. You can also use a paintbrush, but I'm putting a little bit on my finger. And the same way that I might using gilding wax, it's not wax. But the same way, I'm just using my finger and applying a little bit of pressure along the details. Very easy to use, easy to clean up if you make a mistake and color outside of the lines. And pretty quick. I mean, I'm getting this done pretty quick. It is very, very pigmented, which I like. So I'm not having to do multiple coats to get, you know, a deep gold. I'm getting that with pretty much just one stroke. Okay. And let's see, let's put a little bit more there. And to clean it up, because I went outside the lines a couple of times, I just use a wet, clean shop rag. And I'm just taking away, okay, let's see, where I went over outside the lines. Really simple. So an easy way to update a set of nightstands and yet give them a gorgeous finish. What do you guys think? Now that you can see her in all of her glory. I have two of these, so I do have a second one. It's back there. She's waiting in the queue, waiting in the wings for her time on stage. And then, let's see. This is the hardware. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. So, aren't those pretty? Yeah, pretty straightforward. I'll check your comments, but beyond that, I think we're good. I'm gonna get off my bottom here. My poor knees. Okay. Yes, that's better. Okay. She quickly came a long way from the other one over here, right? So that's what we started with, and this is what we ended up with. Pretty simple. Okay. Christine, how long is the dry time on the mousse? So, I mean, it's pretty dry to touch right now. It's coming off just a little bit. I can feel that it's still a little bit tacky, but it's not coming off much. Let me. Yeah, some of these other ones. So this one I did earlier, and it's not coming off. So a few minutes. Now, obviously, there's a difference between dry and cure time. You know, like I said, I tend to let things sit for about 24 hours or at least overnight before I move on to the next step. My next step is going to be top coat. I assume you're talking about fall, Dawn. Yes, fall's my jam. Okay, let's see. Yes, Annette. So Annette wants to know if the technique I use with the chocolate work over wallpaper. Yeah, it sure would. If you're using, you mean like embossed raised wallpaper like this? Yeah, sure would. Thank you, craft designer. Thanks, Christine. Thanks, Denise. Hi, Stacy. Oh, thank you, April. I try. If your paint dries out, can you use water to bring it back? That's a great question, Marie. Yes, you can. I do that all the time. I have a really bad habit of leaving my lids off of my paint, and I'll be painting, and then maybe I'll get up and grab something to eat or use the ladies' room, and then I come back and I have a little bit of a crust. You can put water back into your paint. It will bring it back to life so long you didn't let it get too hard over the top. And sometimes when I leave my paint jars sit open like this, so say I'm using this and I kind of leave it sit open, I will actually spray some water over the top and let the water sit on top to keep it from drying out. So some tricks. You can also do that with your lids. Oh, thanks, Sandra. Everywhere. I find it everywhere. State sales, OfferUp, yard sales, all of that. Oh, geez. Thanks, Jillian. Okay, you guys, I think that, yeah, Connie, that's exactly right. This was much easier, especially easier than glazing. I love the look of glaze, but half the time, I'm not going to lie, I'm just lazy. I don't want to be bothered. Okay, I think that we pretty much covered it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. My link to follow me if you're on Dixie Belle is up in the description, so follow me, please. And there's also a link up there to purchase any of these products. The mousse, again, won't be available until the fall, so you'll just have to hang tight, but it will be worth the wait, I promise. But you can get the French linen, chocolate, other Dixie Belle products, as well as find your local retailer in the link that's up in the description as well. Yeah, I think we're good here. Okay, so we're starting to get off topic with the questions. So I'm just going to move forward. I'll try to come back and answer some of these, you guys. I know that I missed some of you. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next Thursday. And if all goes as planned, we're going to do something like super funky and cool. Okay, so join in. All right, I'll be back next Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on both Dixie Belle and my page. I will see you guys next week. Bye.